All right, welcome back. We're on January 12, Scuba's Davy Bible reading on Scuba Side Quests. We are working our way through Genesis chapter 26, start on verse 17. We're going to work our way through Genesis chapter 27, verse 46. It's going to be our first stop today. So I'll give you a minute, let you get your Bibles out if you want to follow along. If you're happy just listen to me stumble through it, then more power to both of us. Let's get it together. All right, Genesis 26, verse 17. Make sure I got my little notes there. Helps me stay focused. All right, here we go. So Isaac moved away from there and encamped in the valley of Gerar, where he settled. Isaac reopened the wells that had been dug in the time of his father, Abraham, which the Philistines had stopped up after Abraham died. He gave them the same names his father had given them. Isaac's servants dug in the valley and discovered a well of fresh water there. But the herders of Gerar quarreled with those of Isaac and said, "The water is ours." So he named the well Esek, because they disputed with him. When they dug another well, but they quarreled over that one also, he named it Sitnah. He moved on from there and dug another well, and when they quarreled over it, he named it Rehoboth, saying, "Now the Lord has given us room and will flourish in the land." From there we went up to Beersheba. The night the Lord appeared to him and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bless you and will increase the number of your descendants for the sake of my servant Abraham." Isaac built an altar there and called on the name of the Lord. He pitched his tent, and there his servants dug a well. Meanwhile, Abimelech had come to him from Gerar with Azath and his personal advisor and Phicol, the commander of his forces. Isaac asked them, "Why have you come to me, since you were hostile to me and sent me away?" They answered, "We saw clearly that the Lord was with you. So we said, there ought to be sworn agreements between us and you. Let us make a treaty with you, that you will do us no harm, just as we did no harm you, but always treated you well and sent you away peacefully. And now that you are blessed by the Lord." Isaac made a feast for them, and they ate and drank. Early the next morning, the men swore an oath to each other. Then Isaac sent them on their way, and they went away peacefully. That day Isaac's servants came and told him about the well they had dug. They said, "We have found water." He called it Sheba, and to this day the name of the town has been Beersheba. Jacob takes Esau's blessing. When Esau was 40 years old, he married Judith, daughter of Beeri, the Hittite, and also Basmath, daughter of Elon the Hittite. They were a source of grief to Isaac and Rebekah. Chapter 27. When Isaac was old and his eyes were so weak that he could no longer see, he called for Esau, his older son, and said to him, "My son." "Here I am," he answered. Isaac said, "I am now an old man and don't know the day of my death. Now then, get your equipment for your quiver and your bow, and go to the open country to hunt some wild game for me. Prepare the kind of tasty food I like and bring it for me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die." Now Rebekah was listening as Isaac spoke to his son Esau. When Esau left for the open country to hunt game and bring it back, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "Look, I overheard your father say to your brother Esau, 'Bring me some game and prepare me some tasty food to eat, so that I may give you my blessing in the presence of the Lord before I die.' Now, my son, listen carefully and do what I tell you. Go out to the flock and bring me 2 choice young goats, so I can prepare them tasty food for your father, just the way he likes it. Then take it to your father to eat, so that he may give you his blessing before he dies." Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, But my brother Esau is a hairy man, while I have smooth skin. What if my father touches me? I would appear to be tricking him, and he would bring down a curse on myself rather than a blessing." His mother said to him, "My son, let the curse fall on me. Just do what I say. Go and get them for me." So he went and got them and brought them to his mother. And she prepared some tasty food, just the way his father liked it. Then Rebekah took the best clothes of Esau, her older son, which she had in the house, and put them on her younger son, Jacob. She also covered his hands and smoothed part of his neck with goat skin. Then she handed it to her son Jacob, the tasty food, the bread she had made. He went to his father and said, "My father." "Yes, my son," he answered. "Who is it?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Please sit up and eat some of my game so that you may give me your blessing." Isaac asked his son, "How did you find it so quickly, my son?" "The Lord gave me success," he replied. Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Come near so I can touch you, my son, to know whether you really are my son Esau or not." Jacob went close to his father Isaac, who touched him and said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau." He did not recognize him, for his hands were hairy like those of his brother Esau. So he proceeded to bless him. "Are you really my son Esau?" he asked. "I am," he replied. Then he said, "My son, bring me some of your game to eat, so that I may give you my blessing." Jacob brought it up to him and ate it. And he ate. And he brought some wine and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Come here, my son, and kiss me." So he went to him and he kissed him. When Isaac caught the smell of his clothes, he blessed him and said, "Ah, the smell of my son is like the smell of the field that the Lord has blessed. May the Lord give you heaven's dew and earth's riches, an abundance of grain and new wine. May nations serve you and people bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may the sons of your mother bow down to you. May those who curse you be cursed, and those who bless you be blessed." After Isaac finished blessing him, and Jacob had scarcely left his father's presence, his brother Esau came in from hunting. He too prepared some tasty food and brought it to his father, and he said to him, my father, please sit up and eat some of my game, so that you may give me your blessing." His father asked him, "Who are you?" "I am your son," he answered, "your firstborn Esau." Isaac trembled violently and said, "Who was it, then, that hunted game and brought it to me? I ate it just before you came, and I blessed him, and indeed he will be blessed." When Esau heard his father's words, he burst out with a loud, bitter cry and said to his father, "Bless me too, my father." But he said, "Your brother came deceitfully and took your blessing." Esau said, "Isn't he rightly named Jacob? This is the second time he has taken advantage of me. He took my birthright, now he's taking my blessing." Then he asked, "Haven't you reserved any blessing for me?" Isaac answered Esau, "I have made him lord over you, and have made all his relatives his servants, and I have sustained him with grain and new wine, so that I can possibly do for you, my son. What can I possibly do for you, my son?" Esau said to his father, Do you have only one blessing, my father? Bless me too, my father." Then Esau wept out loud. His father answered him, "Your dwelling will be away from the earth's riches, away from the dew of heavens above. You will live by the sword, and you will serve your brother. But then you will grow restless. You will throw his yoke from your neck." Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him. He said to himself, "The days of mourning for my father are near. Then I will kill my brother Jacob." When Rebekah was told that her older son Esau had said, she sent for her younger son Jacob and said to him, "Your brother Esau is planning to avenge himself by killing you. Now then, my son, do what I say. Flee at once to my brother Laban in Haran. Stay with him for a while until your brother's fury subsides. When your brother is no longer angry with you and forgets what you did to him, I will send word for you to come back from there. And why you should lose both, come back from there. Why should I lose both of you in one day?" Then Rebekah said to Isaac, "I am disgusted with the living because of these Hittite women. If Jacob takes a wife from among the women of this land, from Hittite, women like these, my life will not be worth living. All right, let's jump on over to Matthew, New Testament. Give me a second now. Flip through. Looks like we're on Matthew 9, verse 1 through 17. Jesus forgives and heals a paralyzed man. All right. Ding. Turn the page. Jesus stepped into a boat, crossed over, and came to his own town. Some men brought to him a paralyzed man laying on a mat. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the man, "Take heart, son, your sins are forgiven." At this, some of the teachers of the law said to themselves, "This fellow is blaspheming." Knowing their thoughts, Jesus said, "Why do you entertain evil thoughts in your hearts? Which is easier, to say, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or to say, 'Get up and walk'? But I want you to know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins." So he said to the paralyzed man, "Get up, take your mat, and go home." Then the man got up and went home. When the crowd saw this, they were filled with awe, and they praised God, who had given such authority to man. Calling him Matthew. As Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax collector's booth. "Follow me," he told him, and Matthew got up and followed him. While Jesus was having dinner at Matthew's house, many tax collectors and sinners came and ate with him and his disciples. When the Pharisees saw this, they asked his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" On hearing this, Jesus said, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. But go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, for I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." Jesus questioned about fasting. Then John's disciples came and asked him, "How is it that we and the other Pharisees fast often, but your disciples do not fast?" Jesus answered, "How can the guests of the bridegroom mourn while he is with them? The time will come when the bridegroom no longer will be taken from them. They will fast. No one sews a patch of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, for the patch will pull away from the garment, making the tear worse. Neither do people pour new wine into old wineskins. If they do, the skins will burst, the wine will ruin, and the wineskins will be made ruined. No, they pour new wine into new wineskins, and both are preserved." All right, that was our Matthew. I'm going to jump on over to Psalms. Looks like we're in Psalms 10. 16 through 18, I notes say. Boom. Here we go. Psalms 10, 16 through 18. The Lord is king forever and ever. The nations will perish from his land. Lord will hear the desire of the afflicted. You encourage them and you listen to them cry, defending the fatherless and the oppressed, so that the mere earthly mortals will never again strike terror. Right on. Let's go on over to our Proverbs 3. Looks like we're reading 9 and 10. Honor the Lord with all your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. All right. So now we've got that was our January 12th reading. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Once again, we'll stumble through this and struggle through this together, and 1 year we'll have it done. So follow along, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, geez.